So you're in Las Vegas now on vacation. What are you going to do now that doesn't cost an arm and a leg and that you can have a lot of fun doing? My name is Mark Fisher, and I'm a local here in Las Vegas, and I've lived here for over 30 years. And I'm going to walk you through some of the places that I take people when they come to visit me. And we have a good time all the time, and they don't cost a lot of money. Of course, everybody likes to go to the Las Vegas Strip, see the neon lights, see the action down there. There's shows, there's concerts, all sorts of things to do down there. But what if you don't have a lot of money to go to a nightclub and spend thousands of dollars? Or how about if you don't gamble? Gambling is a big business here in Las Vegas, and you can have a lot of fun gambling, but a lot of people don't have the money in order to spend on that. And if you're there with your kids or your family, it's kind of hard to gamble with them there. So I'm going to walk you through places that I take people, like I said, when they come to visit me in Las Vegas. The first place that I like to go to is Caesar's Palace, which is down on the Strip. I don't go there for the gambling. There are great restaurants there. There's Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. There's lots of other restaurants and nightclubs in there. And of course, you can gamble there too. But that's not why I like to go there and take people there. The reason I like to go to Caesar's Palace, aside from the fact that it's a beautiful casino, is the Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace. And this is an indoor mall that's been there for years, but they actually designed it and built it so it looks like streets in ancient Rome, with statuary, fountains, and a ceiling that changes from day to night every 20 minutes. Here's a picture right here inside the mall itself, and you can see the ceiling. It's painted with clouds, and it'll change every 20 minutes from bright daylight, and then it'll fade down to early evening and then nighttime when you're walking around the different shops. There's fountains that are in there as well, and there's a great place for taking photographs. But it's a shopping mall that you've never seen before. As a matter of fact, it's the highest producing per square foot shopping mall in the country. It generates the most income in there. It has stores like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, the high-end shops, but it also has restaurants, great restaurants. It has a cheesecake factory. It has an indoor aquarium that you can see, and all of these things are free. This is one part of the mall that's actually 3 stories, and there's some really great restaurants there, like Joe's Stone Crab. Anyway, the Fountains has a place that you can get Italian gelato if you want to, sitting out there. So again, I highly recommend it. My friends are always impressed when they go there, and that's the first place that I go to. Then we can actually walk across the street. There's elevated crosswalks, and we go over to the Bellagio to see the Bellagio Hotel, the famous water fountains in front of the Bellagio. And here you can see the Bellagio with the fountains going off. And they start around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I think they have the show every 15 to 20 minutes, all the way through the night until about midnight. But the actual water fountains, they're choreographed to music. So you can actually stand anywhere around there and listen to the music, and the fountains are choreographed to them. And they're really spectacular. They shoot very high into the air. And this is a location where they've shot famous movies like Ocean's 11. And it's just a really, really picturesque spot. It's also going to be, I think, the spot that they're going to have the finish line for the upcoming Formula One race here in Las Vegas. Next place that I like to take people is downtown Las Vegas to the Fremont Street Experience. This is a walking street lined by casinos, and you can see a canopy that's over the actual walking street where they have light shows on that throughout the evening as well, and they're pretty spectacular. The Las Vegas Street Experience, that canopy runs for 4 or 5 blocks, and whenever they have a show on there, they dim the lights on the casinos there. You can see the Fremont and the Four Queens Casino, and then they have the show up on the screen up above. And it's a great place to walk around and see people and be seen. And this, of course, is all free. Now, in the summertime, it's hot. It's hot here in Las Vegas, but it's dry. But on the Fremont Street Experience, even though you're outdoors, the casinos actually blow air-conditioned air out from their casinos, and it actually feels very cool under there. Here's the Golden Nugget and Binion's Horseshoe, and that's the canopy up above there for the show. The other thing that you can do down on Fremont Street experience is they have zip lining, where you can zip line down almost the entire length of the Fremont Street experience. And it's a thrill of a lifetime if you want to do something like that. They also have street performers. You have to watch out. They have street performers that are just performing on their own, and also people who want you to take photographs with them, show girls and different characters. And of course, they do that for tips, and they're street performers. So they're around there, and you can take advantage of that if you like. And then finally, they also have free concerts, particularly in the summertime. They'll book in, classic rock bands and rappers and things like that, and they'll have them down there for free on the street, on stages, and you can see all the people there. And then they also close it off on New Year's Eve and have a big New Year's Eve extravaganza. But it's a great place to hang out in Las Vegas, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to enjoy yourself. If you do go down to Fremont Street, though, you're going to have to check out my favorite bar in town, which is Hogs and Heifers in Las Vegas. It's on 3rd Street, about a half a block away from Fremont Street. And it is the bar that I like to hang out with down there. It's where my friends are. It's where I met my attorney, my doctor. And it's just a really great place to hang out. As you can see here I am right now, hanging outside of Hogs and Heifers with a couple of my friends. So you're going to have to check out Hogs and Heifers. I'll be doing a review on them in the future. I've been going there for many, many years. The Hoover Dam is the next place that I highly recommend. It's one of the most visited places in the state of Nevada. It was built in the 1930s, and it's a architectural wonder, to be honest with you. You can see the dam there, and beyond it is Lake Mead, the actual reservoir that was created by building the dam on the Colorado River. This is the other side of the dam, and you can actually see that the water level has dropped quite a bit. Probably about a little over 20 years ago, it was full almost up to the brim, but it's been going down more and more and more with all the expansion in the southwest United States and the water usage. And so they're having to do conservation in order to get it filled back up. But this is the backside of the dam, and then there's a bridge that flies over the top so that people don't have to drive across the actual dam to get from Nevada to Arizona. If you take a tour, they have a visitor center there, and then you can take a tour, and it takes you down inside the dam and down to the power station. And these are the huge generators that are down in one of the power stations, because the Colorado River generates power for Southern Nevada and California. And it's actually a really cool tour, because when you go down, you actually see the huge tunnels that they actually bored out of the rock in the sides of the canyons in order to build the dam. And they have bypass tunnels for the water, where they can route the water away from the power plant, and then past it and into the river beyond the dam itself. So it's a really interesting place, and it's a great tour for families, and it's well worth going to see. We have another area called Mount Charleston, which is actually about a 40-minute drive from Las Vegas. You can get up in the mountains. It's over 8,000 feet. And in the wintertime, there's snow. We actually have snow up there, and it's a lot cooler. So like if it's over 100 degrees down here in Las Vegas, you can go up to Mount Charleston, and it'll be in the nice, pleasant 70-degree range. People live up there. They have cabins, and there's great hiking up there and wildlife. And it's also another free place that you can go to. There's a couple of restaurants up there, and it's a really, really nice time and a nice view for people. Also up there in Mount Charleston, believe it or not, we actually have a ski resort in Lee Canyon, which is up near Mount Charleston. And in the wintertime, of course, they actually make snow, but we also, because of the elevation, they actually get snow throughout the winter. And these are some of the ski trails that you can see here in Lee Canyon. So if you're into skiing and you also want to hang out in Las Vegas, this is a place to come. Red Rock Canyon is one of my favorites. It's about a 20-minute drive from the Las Vegas Strip. It's very close, and it's a national park, and it's all red rocks against the mountainside there. And there's tons of hiking in there, rock climbing, and depending upon the time of day, You get the sun shining off of the rocks, and it's really spectacular. There's a 13-mile loop drive. This is a map that you can get in your car. You have to pay to actually get into the park. But if you have like a national park pass, you can use that and get in. But the 13-mile loop is one way, and it actually takes you to different places where you can go hiking, picnicking, that type of thing. You'll see wildlife out there as well. This is the view from Red Rock Canyon towards Las Vegas. You can see how close it is to Las Vegas. That's the strip, the Las Vegas Strip there in the background. And of course, there are wild burros that actually live in the desert, and you may run across them as well. We also have wild horses in the area too. And of course, if you're a rock climber or rock climbing enthusiast, you can go rock climbing in there. And there's lots of guided rock climbing excursions if that's something that you are into and like to do. So Red Rock Canyon is very high on my list of things that I recommend people to do in Las Vegas. Those are my suggestions. I ask if you please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in this at mfisherlv. That's my YouTube channel address. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm sharing this information so that you can have a good time when you come to Las Vegas. My channel also covers travel to other places like Hawaii and all over the world, places that I've been to. And I hope you enjoy the videos that I produce. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Or if you have other places in Las Vegas that you would recommend to people who view my channel, please recommend them in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. You'll also see restaurant reviews, my favorite places to eat in town, and give you places that you can go to that aren't on the strip that aren't going to cost you, like I said, an arm and a leg. At any rate, I want to thank you for watching this video. And until next time, we'll see you later. Have a good time and come to Las Vegas.